Hey cactus friends, it's Jenny from Cookies Cacti. I'm debating on whether I want to release this video or not. It is an off-cycle video. Today is Saturday, June 21st, I believe, 2025. There is going to be no cactus content in this video. You can see Cookie here. She's not feeling well today. She's not doing that well either. As of yesterday, still eating, drinking, using the litter box, but it's getting more and more difficult. Today her appetite is down. We did go to the vet yesterday to see our internal medicine doctor, discussed more on what options we have going forward. And we started her on anemia medication because she is quite anemic. That unfortunately is the natural progression of kidney failure for cats. Cookie is in end stage. I really don't think we have that much time left. I'm thinking if we're even lucky, we'll get weeks. It is sinking in that this is Cookie's last summer with us. You could say that we knew this was coming. Even if it wasn't this year, it might be next year. If it's not next year, it's probably the year after. And I know that many of you plant lovers are also animal lovers, and many of you have gone through this many times, and you all understand how difficult it is. And there's that weird balance of knowing that we signed up for this, but then also struggling so hard with it at the same time. We knew their lifespans are shorter than ours. The chances are very high that they're going to die before we do, but we sign up for this anyway, to have those many years of wonderful companionship and wonderful memories that will end in absolute heartbreak. We are now up to fluids every day. Today was the first day that I did fluids following yesterday as well. I've been really struggling, and it's been so stressful because she has lost so much weight. She's at 6.3 pounds as of yesterday at the vet's office. And, she's lost all that fat underneath the skin, so her skin is so thin, and it's so hard to grab a good tent and get that needle in without poking all the way through. I've been poking all the way through multiple times, and just all the fluid leaks out. It's been rough. But I've been trying some new techniques because her needle is 1 inch long for the fluids, and I've been practicing not sticking the needle all the way in, so going maybe halfway or part way in, so that it has a lower chance of going through to the other side. But it's literally like pulling on some silk. Her skin is so thin, but the hydration is a huge factor of what is keeping her not only alive but in fairly still decent quality of life. Although today she's just having an off day. She just had her fluids a moment ago. I don't know if you can see from the camera. Here's an area that's shaved on her for her Freestyle Libre for her glucose monitoring, and you can see how pale the skin is here. I noticed how pale she is. Could be from the anemia most likely. So she gets really tired. I think going to the litter box is becoming more and more difficult for her. I knew when I started this channel, not only this channel, but even my plant-related accounts like the Instagram, it's all named Cookies Cacti. And when I started the channel, the YouTube channel, and then I even forgot when I started the Instagram account, but it was before the YouTube channel. But I picked Cookies Cacti knowing that she wouldn't be here forever, knowing that there would be the pain of having that name attached to the account, that when she's gone and it's still Cookies Cacti, that's going to be really hard. So lately what I've been really struggling with is I like doing update videos. And when I do an update video, whether it's on the seedlings or plants or whatever, I like to go back to the previous videos to see what I showed, to see what the plants look like. And a lot of those videos have Cookie in them at that time when she was still I mean, she hasn't been truly healthy for several years now, but when she was in better shape than she is now. And seeing that footage is, oh my gosh, it sends me spiraling down into like full panic attacks when that reality of her declining so rapidly and so hard to watch, and knowing that right now she's here, but not long from now I think she won't be here anymore. And having the whole channel kind of course it's about plants, but it's also heavily focused on Cookie's cacti. In terms of the YouTube channel, I never talk about this, but I will talk about it here and then decide if I'm going to keep this in. YouTube can be very fun and it can be very frustrating at the same time. I think fundamentally it's all about good content, because when you're on YouTube, usually your goal is for the channel to grow. But in order for people to be interested in your content and to be willing to follow you and continue participating and checking in on your content, you have to make good content, of course. I don't know if I'm at that degree. I can see other plant channels that are, way beyond me in terms of production value, in terms of value in the content that they create. I'm still an extremely amateur channel, and I think I will remain that way probably forever, because this is just for fun. And even though it's just for fun, there is a little bit of money that I do make from ad revenue, but it's not a lot of money. I mean, if I really want to calculate how much money I'm making per hour, I think it's probably like $2 an hour or something like that. So it's not about making money, but there is that desire to want the channel to grow. So every year I actually have this little soft target in my mind of a subscribership that I'd like to hit, and I'm actually never able to hit those targets. The channel always grows slower than I anticipate, and that's okay. But I did have in mind, so for this year 2025, I had one primary goal for the videos, which was that every single video that I released this year, Cookie would be in it, and I think I've achieved that. I do have a number of videos that I have pre-recorded. I think I did several in May because it was still cool outside, so I did several videos in like one weekend, and they contain footage of Cookie as she was at that time. And if we rewind even a month ago, Cookie was in way better shape than she's in now. Even if we go back 1 week, she was in better shape than she is now. So I have, I think, 4 videos that are in the pipeline ready to be released, and they all have Cookie in them, but they are all of Cookie at that time. But there's going to be a point when she's going to die, and although I have hours, if not days, of footage of Cookie in these last week or two, I don't know if it's right to include footage of her. I think it will be too painful to include footage of her after she's gone. And just thinking out loud, I don't know what's going to happen to this channel after Cookie's gone. I have an idea of what I would like to do with the channel, but because this channel is for fun, it's all about whether the desire is there. If my desire to share content goes away, that's the end of the channel. It depends on when she's gone if that desire is still there. Now, on the other hand, if the desire is still there, then I do have ideas of exploring beyond Arizona. Since I started the channel was when Cookie's health was already on the decline, so I essentially don't travel for personal reasons at all. I will only do really short trips for work, and it's very, very infrequent. But for 3 years, we've been doing Arizona-only content. So if I still have the desire to make content, I think in the future I would love to go to other states and see other plant shows and other nurseries that are outside of the Southwest. But again, it depends on whether, if that desire. It's an unexplained drive to want to make the content. I don't know why I want to do this. It takes a lot of time, and it pretty much takes up almost all of my free time. Every weekend there's one day that's dedicated to doing the YouTube stuff. Now let me go back. So I have two goals this year. The primary goal, cookie in every video, which I have done. The second goal was, I think we're at just above 8,200 subscribers right now. I was wishing that we would hit 10,000 subscribers, and I still think that at the trajectory that we're at, I'm on a very linear growth. It's a very slow linear growth for my channel, which is actually a theme that seems to follow me throughout my entire life. Slow and steady. And I think that we can hit that 10,000 mark. Maybe not at the end of this year, but maybe within Q1 or so of next year if we were on this trajectory. But I did have the thought in my mind of how cool it would be if we could hit that milestone while Cookie is still here. Does it even matter? Probably not. I mean, she doesn't know that she has a YouTube channel. She doesn't even know that YouTube exists. She doesn't have any concept of subscribers and stuff. So it's really more for me. But I don't know if any of you want to help me achieve that goal early. That would be really fun, I guess. But you don't have to. Okay, I'm going to mention this too. I can't believe I'm going to do this. There's a phrase that a lot of YouTube channels use that I vowed to never use, and I don't even want to say what they are. You can guess what that phrase is. Every channel likes to encourage their viewers to and nah. I don't even want to say it, so I'm not going to say it. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. So we're in my office right now. I do work from home, so this is where I spend most of my work days. And Cookie has been she's chosen this space as her final life space. She's in here about 95%, 99% of the time. She only leaves to go and use the litter box, which is in that kitchen grate room area, which some of you are probably familiar with some peeks of it here and there in the past videos. You can see beside me that there's some bedding stacked up here because I sleep in the office with her every night. I have a floor mattress that I keep in another room in the house during the day, and then I'll set it up at night here. And I've been sleeping in here with her for I don't even know how long now. Probably getting close to a month. She slept with me by my head on our bed every day for the 10 years that she's been with me. And that part, I'm watching our life together slowly disappear before she's even gone. It's very strange thing. So our bedroom has become almost like a ghost room. I only go in there for the master bathroom. It's quite strange. And when she's gone, because she stays in here with me all day when I'm at work, and then on the weekend I'm in here with her a lot. It's like spending a lot of time in here. When she's gone, I know you all know this sensation of these critters are a constant presence in our life, and they inhabit so much of our homes with their things everywhere, that when they're gone, that shock of their absence is something that almost cannot be compared to. It's been really hard watching her decline so fast, and to truly understand that this really is our last summer together. On this chair here, underneath this pile of bedding, there's actually a electric heat mat, which is what Cookie's been using for like the past couple of years or so. Every winter, I turn on the heat mat and she has some nice warmth, and it's hard to fathom that heat mat will not be in use next winter. The other thing, though, just pouring my heart out, all my inner thoughts, the idea of having another fur baby, it's been really hard these past few years managing her health. It started with diabetes, so learning how to give shots of insulin, freaking out about glucose levels, learning how to test for glucose, and then she went into remission the first time. We were doing ear blood tests to check glucose before dosing and shooting insulin. Then she became diabetic again, and now we're reliant on the glucose monitor. That's so stressful. Then came the kidney disease, the onset of that. Then came pancreatitis. Then came hyperthyroidism, in which there was an entire thing about her concurrent kidney disease and hyperthyroidism, treating it with the radioiodine, but having to be on the wait list for like 5 or 6 months to get her treated. And she was declining in that period of time, even though we were on the methimazole, which lowers thyroid hormone, but it had its own complications. And then after that treatment, her CKD her kidney disease worsened, and then began fluid every 3 days since about 2 years ago. It has been a lot. Then she had inflammatory bowel disease, switching all of her foods to hypoallergenic diets while maintaining her kidneys and the diabetes. It's been a lot. And I think I'm actually a little bit traumatized by this entire thing. I'm not in a medical field, so needles is not my thing. And even after so many years of managing Cookie's health with needles, I'm still uncomfortable with it. It still makes me sweat and my heart pound and makes me nervous and dread. I'm really worried that if I go with another cat, for example, kidney disease and all of these issues that Cookie has is actually quite common amongst cats. I don't know if I have the strength to go through something like this again. Maybe in the future at some point, but I'm not ready for that now. This house is going to be so empty without her. I am really lucky that my parents are nearby. They're actually coming over later today to come and stay the night and keep us company and kind of distract me and kind of change up the energy in the house, because we're full on hospice in the house now. I pretty much just leave the house to buy groceries, to get her supplies, and that's about it. I like working out, but I've completely stopped that. I think I can pick that up after this. That's not so important right now. I don't know if you can tell, I probably look kind of tired because I am very tired. It's hard not to worry about her overnight, especially if you wake up in the early morning and you look for her, you check how she's doing, you get a quick peek at the litter box, and then all your sleep is completely disturbed. So I'm sorry this is not cactus content, but don't worry. A lot of you have noticed that I have regular release schedules, which I never advertise either. It's always Sundays at 9 a.m., but there it is. So I basically just broke all the rules that I gave myself in this video. I still have about a month's worth of videos that are in the pipeline and scheduled to be released, though they're mostly made prior to Cookie in this state, but also about a month ago. Maybe they're not that old, but she's just changing so quickly. Thank you all for coming along on this journey. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, I post stories about her every day. There's going to be that day, we're just inching closer to that day when it's going to be, she's not here anymore. And of course everybody here will know as well when that happens. It's coming. It feels like this looming monster that you can't see, but you know it's approaching, but you don't know when, where, or how. But that's kind of life at the same time. I was thinking the other day, it's like, Cookie is dying. But then you think, what is dying? living and dying are actually the same thing. You can't die or be dying if you're not alive. So, I don't know. That was just my inner thought. Okay, I think that's enough for today. I'm afraid we'll see if we can do another update later, just an off-cycle update, but I'm wondering if the next one is going to be announcing that final. I don't want to call it a monster because I feel like death, of course it says natural is birth, but it should be like the same thing but the opposite, the other side of the coin. It ought to be celebrated rather than seen as a negative or a monster. It's not. It's exactly the same thing as birth, just the other way around. I don't know what's going to happen to this channel. Let's just see. But till next time, take care, y'all. Bye-bye.